Hey Robo-Buddies! So I have been doing non-stop reading over the past my entire life, but I have a lot of different book reviews to present to you all. I think what I'm going to do is just sit here in the same outfit and talk at the camera for however long and then just split them into 4 separate videos. So don't be all like, ew, she's wearing the same outfit as she wore in the other videos, because that's how you guys all sound. But don't be grossed out by the fact that I look the same in all 4 of these videos, because I am wearing this outfit today, and you get my point. Yeah. Let's move on. So the first 2 books I'm going to share with you all first. That was a little bit redundant. But I have The Roar and The Whisper. And both of these are by Emma Clayton. And they're in a series, some people call them a dystopian YA series, but I think they're almost more like sci-fi. It's in like the far off future, and it's in Europe. And what's happening is they have this thing called the animal plague. And so what's happened is this society has put up a wall to keep all of the animals out. And so consequently, because there isn't enough room for all the populations, they have levels of, you know, where the population lives, and the upper class lives on the higher levels, lower class lives on the lower levels, and that ends up affecting their diet because they don't eat meat and they can't get adequate sunlight or adequate food, so that affects their health. This society also had a ban from having kids for, I think it was 30 years, and so just to, you know, control the population. So we have this society that finally is able to have kids, and this generation of kids is, I think, like 13 years old, 12 years old, 11, I don't know, they're around that, you know, young adult age. We have a girl named Ellie, and she was kidnapped by this really evil dude, and we discover that she has some sort of special powers that he is trying to harness. In the meantime, these other chapters are told from the perspective of her brother, whose name is, I believe, pronounced Micah. It's spelled M-I-K-A, which is different from M-I-C-A-H, which is my brother's name, how you spell it the normal way, I guess. So we have these 2 characters, Ellie and Micah. They're twins. They're separated. Everybody thinks that Ellie is dead, but Micah is thinking, no, Ellie is still alive. I need to find her. So, back in Europe, where Micah is at, all these kids his own age are taking these different kinds of pills and things to make themselves big and strong, and they're growing super duper fast. They're turning into like these superhuman kids. And in the meantime, this government is putting on this new simulation game, which is basically like, what was it, pod fighters, I think? But what we don't realize is, of course, you know, there's evil, you know, lurking beneath all of these, I don't know, body enhancement foods that they're eating and vitamins and all of that. And this pod fighter game is actually, you know, going to be an evil plot to train them. And it's kind of cool because the guy who kidnapped Ellie is tied into this whole evil society thing. I was pretty impressed with it. I mean, I started off, it took me forever to get into the book. I really had to force my way through it for about 7 or 8 chapters into it, just because the concepts were so bizarre to me, I guess. You know, when I think of dystopian books, I think of something that could more realistically happen within the next, you know, 50 or so years. Whereas this, they had so many concepts that were completely foreign to me that I really had to, I guess, use my imagination to really picture what they were talking about. So I think that's why I would group these more into the sci-fi genre, just because these concepts are so bizarre that I can't reasonably see this happening. It felt too forced, you know, it didn't flow as naturally as some of the other books that I've read. But I definitely am glad that I stuck through it and finished it. I did also like that it was 2 books in a series, because I'm so sick of trilogies. I almost feel like people are creating trilogies just for the money now. Overall, I'd probably give these books a 3 stars out of 5, maybe a 2 out of 5. No, it's probably more like a 3 out of 5. They were good. They're not my favorite books. I would recommend them to other people, and I would probably read them again. There's something to be said about these books. I just can't quite tell if that's positive or negative. I think that's going to be it for this book review. So if you would like to see some of the other book reviews that I make, click on a link that I'll put somewhere about other book reviews that I make. I'm gonna go. I'm ranting, and I would like to finally drink my tea. Also, side note, I'm thinking about making some sort of video called like Tea Time or Tea Talk, where maybe I just drink tea and talk at you guys. As if I don't already do that, you know, minus the tea. But I'm gonna go and film another video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in about 2 seconds, or for you, probably about 2 weeks. Okay, ciao.